In a time before memory, when the great ice sheets still clung to the mountains, two clans shared a valley. To the east, on the sun-drenched cliffs, lived the Sunstone people, masters of flint and fire. To the west, by the winding water, were the Riverstone people, skilled fishers and trackers. For generations, they had been rivals, competing for the same shrinking herds and the same sheltered caves. The valley, once large enough for all, had become a map of resentment and borders. But in the quiet spaces between their territories, a different fire burned. Kale, the son of the Sunstone chief, and Ona, the daughter of the Riverstone chief, had found each other in secret clearings, hidden by the mists of the waterfall. They shared stories, laughter, and a love that was strictly forbidden. Their world was one of glances across the valley and hurried meetings at twilight. A fragile peace in the midst of their family's simmering war. Their fathers, chiefs of their clans, saw only an enemy across the valley. They spoke of stolen hunts and encroaching territories, their pride and fear fueling the feud. They warned their children to stay away, to remember who the enemy was, never knowing that their children's hearts had already broken the one rule they held most sacred. The harsh winter drove them to the brink. A great mammoth, the promise of survival for weeks, was tracked by both clans. On the edge of a frozen river, the two groups finally stood face to face, spears raised and faces grim. The air crackled with old hatreds, ready to erupt into bloodshed. This was the fight they had been preparing for, the one that might end their rivalry for good. But then, two figures stepped into the frozen space between them. It was Kale and Ona, standing together, their hands clasped. They did not hold weapons, only each other. They spoke not of war, but of a shared future. They asked their parents to see not a rival chief's child, but simply a life worth protecting, a love worth honoring. They offered a new path, one of unity, not destruction. In their children's brave stand, the chiefs saw not defiance, but a future they had forgotten was possible. They saw the strength of the Sunstone clan and the wisdom of the Riverstone clan, not as opposing forces, but as two halves of a whole. The love in their children's eyes was a fire far warmer and more powerful than the embers of their ancient feud. And so, the feud of a generation was ended by the love of the next. The spears were lowered. That day, the Sunstone and Riverstone people did not fight over the great mammoth. They shared it. They learned that by hunting together, they were stronger, and by sharing their caves, they were all warmer. The two clans, once bitter rivals, became neighbors and then friends, their peace forever bound by the two young lovers who dared to imagine a better world.